hey, live on YouTube. I didn't
Yeah,
know
see?
Zoom could do that. Why?
It
Why can Zoom do this?
it can do live on YouTube and live on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and so like for our improv shows, we're doing that live on Facebook.
Mm,
But for these, I am doing them live on YouTube, and then I am posting the link on Facebook, which boom, post. All right, that's all
awesome.
done. All right, it's great. Nice to talk to you. I like your plaid cushion behind you.
It's a pillow. I'm in
Mm,
my guest bedroom, which happens to be my home office as well.
lovely, love it.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my flannel today, both because it
Mm.
was practical and the right weight for the weather, and because we used to always wear
Oh,
matching
yeah.
flannel with matching pea coats, and then like both be listening to the same album at the same time. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, we were on the same wavelength.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird.
Like, get out of my head.
So with that, our first segment, but what's not wrong with your life?
What's not wrong with my life?
What's not wrong? Doesn't have to be what's right, just what's not wrong with your
I
life.
mean, like, so I work in fundraising and development, which have never really understood why I have to work in an office. But with the COVID stuff, I get to work from home now, and I get to work with my awesome wife and my awesome cat. I get to wear sweatpants all day. It's amazing. And the best part is my work laptop does not have a camera on it. So like I
You can't.
never have to join uh, like Zoom meeting calls with video. So
That's awesome.
it's the best. And like everybody just understands it because it's a nonprofit. So they're like, "Yo, yeah, no, he's working off of Windows 95." So
Well, thank you for agreeing to be on video. We're getting a rare chance.
yeah,
With
I'm
that,
yeah.
it's time to play the theme song.
Ooh, fun.
I know. Have you seen my theme song?
Yeah, no, I watched a couple of these and they're all
Thanks.
like everybody else is so much more interesting than me.
Oh,
So
no, no. You'll be fine. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Krista's new talk show. It's really something, don't you know? There's a friend and mate, money. Oh, and she's funny.
like the whole production. This is amazing.
Thank you. I made it in 20 minutes. I mean, I didn't do that.
No, no, that makes it so much better.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so.
Like this is the
Um,
best part about the pandemic is like everyone's like creative projects are like, no, no, it's
no,
like we're finally down and just do something fun.
yeah, it's a fundraising person now somehow. Um, and he's awesome.
It's super fun and it's nice to
Yeah, yeah, this has definitely given me like also like structure because like I'm doing him, so
oh yeah.
it's amazing. And I
Hmm.
have to like contacts like I'm gonna call someone up from middle school who I haven't talked to since then. It's gonna be great. You have a huh moment. I've been asking people about their huh moments. Tell me
Yeah.
if you have experienced a huh moment. Maybe you realized you didn't have to try so hard, or that you're actually kind of good at a thing, or that I don't know, other people suck. Somebody that was somebody's huh moment.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've always struggled. Like I have none. Like it's uh, uh, I fell into a master's degree. Like it's like backwards into one. So like
I was there. I remember that.
yeah. So like I've had to really like figure out like what actually motivates me and I've actually learned that I'm very achievement based. Like I just I like having something at the end of the day that I can point to like look what I did. And yeah, so like I think it's really because when I was growing up, like right when like I feel like everyone learns how they're motivated at like age 10 or 12 or like normal people are. Uh and at that time I was only playing Xbox Live. Like the only thing I was doing was playing video games. And I think structure how I view like things. Like that's how I get motivated. So that
Yeah,
was a
but there's a quest and a goal, and you have to achieve it.
Yeah, it's like I played a lot of WoW, I played a lot of D&D, played all of that, all quest based, all like hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, and then done. Be done with the thing, and you get a nice little picture saying like ding. It's like, oh sweet.
Yeah, I realize I'm the same way. I also need, I'm very achievement based. I actually discovered it because in the nonprofit I worked for in Oregon, we did like a strengths assessment, and it was like, oh, you're, achievement, and I was like, oh my god, I am.
um,
All of a sudden, like things made sense. But yeah,
mhm,
especially like with like quests and video games, because you have the steps along the way. Like I don't have to plan it out. Somebody else is telling me how to get to
exactly.
my goal. It's
Yeah.
great.
Point me in a direction, I'll go, but I'm never gonna plan out the journey.
So much work, and there's no
Yeah. Oh,
payout. You don't feel
yeah.
like you've accomplished anything.
Yeah, I've already done the thing with the planning out. I don't like I can be a quest giver or a quest doer, not both.
I feel like now is that maybe what made debate I think so enjoyable for both of us.
Maybe like I mean I've always also really liked being the smartest kid in the room. Like I'm very annoying in that way. And
Me too.
so I really like debate because it was the first time I ever got to use all the stupid little bits of knowledge that I've accumulated in my life. Uh and like that really shows in like college debate and when I can like prep someone out where I'm just be like, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to do this and this and this and this, and then I don't have to actually do the debate. I get to go do it all the time. Like it even happened when I was actually competing when I transferred to UP from Lower Columbia College. I was the only one with actual like historical debate experience. So it just turned into me like being a player coach, and then I would prep everybody else on the team, and then like on the way to my round, start prepping my cases. It's like, oh crap.
I mean I loved it because it was creative, and we got to come up with like some really interesting arguments that kind of like twisted the definition of things in a way that benefited people instead of hurting them, I think, or at least
Oh yeah.
benefited concepts. Like I think we had some really interesting talks, especially around like politics and elections and plans for how to improve things, right? Like debate is kind of it's like the practical dreamers thing, right? It's
Mhm.
for like people like me who, want to think about how to make it better without being abstract about it. Because I like I
Mhm.
hate this. I know you like philosophy
I
and
do.
like the philosophy crap. I just hate it. But it's like a concrete way of thinking about that.
Hmm. Yeah, no, and my students like I coach both at UP now and at Lake Ridge High School, which is like a high school debate game thing. And everything was canceled at like because of the pandemic. But like some tournaments are going over to like a tournament where you do it through Discord instead. And one of the things I really hated about high school debate is that I could never prep the students. Like the style of debate they do is called parliamentary debate, but it's a lie. It's actually public debate, and they're just like, oh, it's too confusing with public forum. And I'm like, this is really annoying. But this tournament that they did was a national parliamentary debate league tournament, which has like you can use internet access and also have people prep you out. And it was like I finally got to prep someone out again, like this past weekend, and they all won the tournament. And it just like was like yes, like undefeated, best like speaks in the tournament, both of them, and they're just like I'm like incredibly proud, but got to scratch that debate itch that I haven't been like had since like March.
Yeah, all the tournaments. And okay, so the digital tournament it worked.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. It was awesome.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I mean, at the beginning, there's some like no one used Discord. Like, before, like some people didn't use Discord
That's the
before, so they did.
platform.
Yeah, the platform, and they didn't really know how to like navigate it. But once that was figured out, it was awesome.
Was it still a 14-hour day?
It started at 8 a.m. and it ended about 4:30. So No,
That's
it's like a
a
full.
vast
Yeah,
improvement.
yeah, and it's the best too because everything's done online. So like ballot submissions are always like super quick. They like tell people that your room is gonna close, like you can't access your room in like this time, so you have to get it done now, or else you're like it'll like force you to make a decision without hearing a debate. So like it got everybody moving really quick.
People had to be on time.
Yeah, and the tab staff or tab software they were using like automatically moved people into their room. Like it was amazing.
That's awesome.
And so like there was no travel time. You just had to wait around until you got put in a room and you just started judging or debating. It was great.
Although, I do miss spaghetti factory dinners.
Yes, yeah, but you can just order that.
um, so for the joke today, your mom wrote a joke
Yes.
but she didn't record it.
No, she did not.
Okay, so the recording that you sent me is your wife Katie
Hmm.
reading the joke that your mom wrote.
Yes,
Okay,
with like exactly has how she wrote it as well. Like Katie didn't add any flair. It might
love it.
it might look like or sound like she added flair. She did not.
Okay,
That's
all
straight
right,
Mama
so
Woodward right there.
we are going to listen to that. Here we go. It is not a video this time. We have just an audio.
Are you ready? Why'd the chicken cross the road? I don't know. Waka waka.
My mom's not a joke writer, but I think she unintentionally wrote my favorite joke of all time, which is just like,
I
I don't care. Like, go away.
like that's amazing, and it's like
Yeah.
very like Muppets esque,
Hmm.
but with that like anti comedy. Nobody has to try too hard anymore.
No, it's amazing. And the Waka Waka thing was because I loved the Muppets as a kid, and I would end every joke with Waka Waka after my comedy icon. Like,
I feel like you're a Fozzie Bear character, yeah.
yeah, me and Fozzie like this. So like, I feel like a lot of my evolution of comedy would just was off of that like comedy icons that I was just like joking, like impersonating all of the time. It
Which
was
is
like,
why your mom now's
yeah,
like telling jokes.
she thinks I'm seven all the time. Like, so like she's like, this is the kind of thing Bo would find funny, but I don't care enough to write it like an actual joke.
So does your mother think you are funny?
Like I asked her for this, and she said that yes, as a kid, I had a very dry sense of humor, which I guess, and that I focused a lot on physical comedy as well because the next my next comedy icon was Chris Farley and David Spade. So it was very sarcastic, very dumb, and she was telling me about like the joke she remembers me telling is I walked out of my room and I was like, look how strong I am, and I had my shirt off and I drew abs on my belly.
And how old were you?
I was like 7. Yeah, like,
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah, this. I'm super strong. Look at my abs. So yeah,
That's
that's.
so does she still think you're funny now?
I'm not
I
super
mean, you're
sure.
not a comedian,
No,
but
I'm not a comedian at all. But
you're like you make jokes. I don't know.
yeah, I use humor as mostly deflection from like my actual emotions, but like also just because I think it breaks the ice really well. Like it really removes a lot of tension from a room when I can get everybody laughing. So
It's a social tool.
yeah, it's 100% a social tool, and that's how I communicate 100% of the time.
I feel like a lot of people, like myself included, we started using sarcasm as that tool, as like the defense mechanism and the breaking the ice or whatever it is. And, we kind of graduated and grew up and realized you don't have to, be shit to people and you can use humor
Yeah,
instead.
exactly. Like it was just 100% of the time I was just being sarcastic to like get people to stop making fun of me. And then after a while, just started leaning in and started making fun of myself, making fun of like, just diffusing a lot of the humor. One of my favorite tactics to stop bullying was like to take it a step further than what my bullies were doing and make them feel awkward about it.
I feel like that's exactly what all of my improv is.
Yeah.
I keep saying it's improv is you like seeing the pieces of yourself that are your coping mechanisms or your walls, right?
Hmm.
You like stepping to the side of those, building those up, and then making fun of them. Right?
Hmm.
It's very much that exact thing. I think Bo, you may be a comedian at heart. You've got that like sad comedian soul.
So like I connect with a lot of my debate students like who are also like sad clowns as we call them. It's like, yeah, like everybody's life is hard and the only thing we have is to just laugh at it because you know, sad clowns. Sad
Well,
clowns got sad clown.
for a brief happy interlude, I forgot to do this segment earlier. Is there a cat near you? Please introduce us to your cat.
This is Lima Bean.
Hi, Lima Bean.
She's sleeping right next to me. Uh
She's very cute. I was sorry to hear about Mountain Dew.
yeah, Mountain Dew was tough, but we got Lima Bean and she's okay. She's the best. I love her so much.
Good.
Like
How?
to the point
Why is
where
her name
like
Lima Bean?
we like the food theme for names,
Okay.
and like she's got little cute little bean toes.
Nice.
Yeah. So like I use a dresser as my standing desk. You can
Mm-hmm.
see it over here.
Very fancy.
Yeah, and like in the top drawer that's pulled out is my keyboard in which I do typing, but yeah, and then on the bottom is a drawer filled with old sweatshirts because Lima Bean desperately wants people to pay attention to her or just be near people, and if you're not paying attention to her, she starts meowing just a lot, and I very much connect with that. So I created that little nest so she could always be near me, and while I do standing desk work. And then when I'm just reading or doing something like this, she just comes on the bed with me.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
And
it's
reminds me a lot of Bitsy, who needs to be held or she will meow at you.
hmm
Which
that's so
is
cute.
like me.
Oh yeah.
um okay, so you're not a performer. You don't have any like projects like that you're working on. Do you want to talk to us about how trains are going to save the United States?
No, I just okay. So with the trains thing, I just think that they are so essential. Like, if we want to move people around the United States, if we want to improve the economy, you make train travel super simple. Like, trains, like, they're a little faster than cars. They are more economically, are more ecologically, you know, sound than
Yeah, more people in
cars.
one car.
Yeah, and they could be incredibly cheap. Like, we need to essentially move our low income populations to jobs. Like, and if we want, like, to where jobs are available, and trains are one of the best ways to do that. Like for example, the train between New York and DC takes about like an hour and a half or something like that. I don't
I
know.
think it might be
But
longer.
like people can live in New York and go to work in DC. Like if we had like a high speed rail like from like Seattle to Portland, like people could live like along the I-5 corridor or like along that train track and get to work in one of those cities, thus like decreasing the demand for housing around like in those cities, uh like, and just spreading more people out. Like we should spread people out a little more. Like
You don't think that like more densely populated cities are going to be the way to go? I mean, I realize, okay, so yes, pandemic time, densely populated cities are bad. But at the same time, right, in terms of environmental, keeping where you live and work close together, right, walking to work is even cheaper, ecologically than taking a train.
100% agree completely. If we had set up our cities in that way, that would have been like 100%. But like right now, it's expensive to live in cities. It's very expensive to live in cities because like the demand for housing is so much more. So like to essentially to make it easy for people to get to work, we need to essentially move the rich people out. Like get them away, like let them live in Tacoma or like you know, like Bend or something, and give them easy access so they can like jump on a train in the morning and just get to work. And then that clears out cities, driving prices down, and like letting more people who like live in those like who like need access and don't have the ability to like buy a house in Bend, like give them an apartment in Portland. Like
So it's like the same thing that happened, with like white flight and suburban, and but the infrastructure there, all the investment was made into highways, which are
yes,
bad, really, really bad. So you
horrible.
want the same thing to happen, but you want it to be because of trains.
I'm not advocating for white flight. I'm advocating
Sorry, rich flight, rich flight.
rich flight, yeah. Which I mean, because of our entire system tends to be more white. But like, I think that trains are just like way better, and we can like move more people around that way, and not have cars, and not have horrible traffic, and not have like we just need to get people out of their cars. Cars are horrible. We should stop using cars.
Cars are killing America.
Yeah, cars are killing
Speaking of
everyone.
killing America and everyone, yes. You are also a big Kanye West fan.
I I I don't want to say I'm a big fan again. Like, I used to be a huge Kanye fan, and then he got a little off track. I liked Kanye back in the Yeezus era, but like this one where he's just like make people like he's always been a make people hate you kind of guy. But I think, sorry,
At one point, I remember you saying he was the most brilliant artist of our generation.
he is the most brilliant artist of our generation if he just stuck to like music. Like like I think he's one of the most amazing producers in the world, and that's like his ability to communicate and like get people on his side is like how he makes some of the best albums of all time. Like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is going to go down in like the top 10 greatest rap albums of all time. But like Kanye West, he did that because he got so many. He got like Jay-Z, he got like a bunch of new artists to come in and like record these amazing albums in Hawaii, obviously. But but he got them all out there to start like doing like great recordings and like getting everybody on the same page. That's exactly what a the most brilliant producers in the world do. Like they bring people together. And
And I will say he's also a brilliant lyricist, right? Like the song American Boy by Estelle featuring Kanye is
mhm,
perhaps one of the greatest songs, and it has one of my single favorite lines, which is Kanye, of course, before he speak, his suit bespoke. And like, that is so clever.
yeah, like he's incredibly clever when it comes to music. That's the only way he really knows how to express himself is through music. But we just kept talking to him, and he had to keep talking, and he's just like, and he
So,
yeah. So yeah, I think there is like there is something about the philosophy about like Kanye West of just like his view, like I think he actually has a pretty prescient view of like celebrity culture, like, and I mean, like how like music really happens. Like he's brilliant when it comes to like that kind of music, and like he knows exactly um what people want, but like I don't think he knows how to actually talk about it. Like
That's fair.
he's
That's
good to
fair.
observe, but not good to listen to.
Okay. Like, it's a watcher culture, not a consumer culture.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's like just like I love Kanye's music. I think it's amazing. I don't like Kanye the person now because I think he has like really bad mental health issues. But I'm not a therapist or a psychologist. I couldn't like diagnose him. But like I think he's struggling right now, and it. I mean, all great artists break down in that way. We're just watching it live on Instagram. And Kanye is probably going to fold that in later once he gets some SSRIs or something. I don't know.
so with that, that brings us to our final section of the engage your impulses. Um, so like, what thing have you just kind of like randomly wanted to do on a whim? For me this week, I cut my bangs.
Ooh, fun.
Right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've cut them before, and when they've just been like way too short and flipped up. So like, I barely cut them this time, and I'm pleased.
Oh,
So
nice.
what have you done to engage your impulses?
So through work, I have access to Photoshop, and I wanted to learn some Photoshop. I can share some of my projects with you.
You can put it on
Uh,
the Facebook on the link to the episode.
yeah, I can try. Let me see if I can find one. It
Are you doing like some visual metaphors, making Dr. Pierce happy?
no, they're much dumber than that.
Got it.
Let me. I have to figure out where I saved them, but oh, I actually did save them in Discord. So they're 100% for like my debate kids, is because we do these things uh instead of actually like having practices, we just kind of do some Google Hangouts to make it seem a little more, you know, nice for, well, it's just like a community thing. And sometimes we play games, and the prize is they ask me to do a Photoshop project for them. So I can share my screen so I can show
Do it.
you. All right.
Oh, hold on. I'll have to. There we go. Go ahead.
Let's see. Oh, I have to like. I had to download Zoom on my personal laptop.
I'm so sorry for
And
you.
it's really difficult.
The struggle.
Oh, never mind. Let me. It said it wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't be able to do it until we quit out Zoom. So maybe if I just send it, can I just send it to you over Zoom chat? Maybe.
Yeah, or over text message.
Did that work?
Yep.
Well,
All right. Um,
or let me just
okay,
text you
so
some.
what is it that I'm looking at?
So one of the things that the students wanted was them and me in like Chinese communist propaganda. So I
Of
made
course.
Chinese communist propaganda with my debate students
And why is
uh,
there a shark?
because their team name was the Sharks, and they wanted that represented.
Did you like translate all these characters? Or did you just like find some Chinese propaganda?
I found some Chinese
Got
propaganda
it.
and photoshopped our faces onto them. I'm obviously Chairman Mao,
Of course.
and so like this kid is Lenin, or like the next one's Lenin, then it's like Stalin, and then Trotsky, and then Marx. I wanted to keep Marx in there.
Just so we know.
Yeah, just so we know. Uh,
Uh, and the kids are asking for these things, and you are
yeah,
teaching yourself Photoshop in order to be able to produce them.
yes.
That is fantastic and a great way to engage your impulses.
Yeah, I also did a great one with me kickflipping Joe Biden, and it's now my Twitter picture.
I will make sure I am following you on Twitter. What is your Twitter handle?
I think it's like
A Woodward or
another
something?
by Jin at another by Jin. The
J
whole
G
no Gin,
G I
like
N.
the
Okay.
drink.
The drink, the alcohol. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a
So
like a mythical gin. I don't know.
no,
Got it.
it's a reference to a song that I can't even remember anymore. It's a Dropkick
So it's
Murphys
not
song.
Kanye.
It's not Kanye. Because I mostly listen to punk music, but like every once in a while I like to dab in hip hop because that engages the
It's good
same
to learn.
impulses. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. I would say it's got a lot of the same kind of undertones.
yeah, it's a lot
Although
of
it's
just
just about who's singing,
yeah.
the
I mean,
background.
like the history of rap music is incredibly interesting. Like it started off as just like goofy, and then it went over to like almost punk levels of like I hate government and police and everything because it was like people saying um their piece and like feeling like
Yeah,
giving out that.
on
Then
my
it got
pandemic playlist is I think 911 is a joke. That
yeah,
song. Yeah.
and then it got really just like conservative, like very like American dream heavy. Like started from the bottom, now we're here, kind of like
Right.
yeah, a lot of conservative values actually being put together in like the big rap, like very popular rap, but which is weird. I don't like that stuff. I like it when it's more f the government. I don't know how much I can cuss on this,
Down
but
with the system.
yeah, I like just a lot of anarchist literature in my rap music.
And in your punk music.
And yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but the Ramones were, Republicans, so
Well, with that, I'm going to play the outro.
okay.
Bo, it was a pleasure having you on my show. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no
I hope
problem.
this has been an enjoyable Tuesday for you.
Oh yeah, it's 100% more enjoyable because of this. This is super fun. I love this. Anytime you want to have
Awesome.
me back on, I'll talk more about trains or something.
Sounds great. Okay, bye.
Bye.